chanting a very good morning from Aberdeen.Hindu Temple. Today is Sunday, the 6th of December, and a year is almost going to change and to turn around. Looking back into the year, it's been an unusual year, and a year that we're going to remember for a long time. Perhaps even a year that is remembered in the school books and the history classes. And we are the ones who are living this time. And fortunately, it looks like that towards the next year, sometime around the next year, things are going to loosen up, and hopefully a little bit more of normality in a new year. What sort of newness has there been and will remain established? It might very well be that the way we work, the way we interact is a little bit more remote, as it has been during this year, and that face-to-face is going to be a little bit less. I think it's going to return back, because there's nothing better than meeting face-to-face. It might be that some of the good things, hopefully, of this new year, this 2020, what are the good things that have been there? The fact of spirituality is that when we live a spiritual life, in a way, we become at peace with ourselves, at peace with what has happened in the past, and we have good wishes for the future. It also means that we have positive action. So whatever there has been good in the last year, we will take that forward into the new year. Not so good, something maybe that has caused sorrow, we will try and find solutions for it, go and do and make any of these mistakes. So a spiritual life is really a life of finding solutions to the situations that come in front of us. And the are actually the ones who are going to help us in progress. If there were no difficulties, then how could we progress? Because we will be very comfortable in our own little niche and continue like that, as if everything is going to continue as it has been. But even in this last year, there has been a change, and we have had to adapt, adjust. Now, there's a little game called the change game. What you ask the participants is to pair up, and that at a certain gong, you turn your back to your partner in this game, and you take one item that you have wearing on your body away, or you change it how it is. Like, for example, maybe your trousers go up a little bit, or you unbutton your shirt, or you change the position of your chair, of your ring. You do these sort of things, and what happens is that obviously the ones who manage to weather the change for the longest are the ones who actually at the end are the winners, because there comes a time that many just despair and don't know what else they could change. And the interesting thing about the change game is that at the end, when everybody said the items on their body, like the button up the shirt, put the ring back to where it has to be, lower, put the socks on, they go back to how they were before the change game. And so a little bit the situation that we have lived, maybe stay at home, work from home, cook ourselves, So if we meet them over Zoom or Skype or similar. All these things have happened. And now are we going to try to go back to what we've always done and to what we've always felt comfortable with? Or are we going to adopt newness in our life and grow in it? And actually, life is something that is continually changing. Like I was at one stage a little baby, and my mother was holding me in her hands, in her arms. And then I grew up, and then I started to learn about the world around there, and I started to interact. I learned, I changed. And the moment, for example, that I even moved countries, moved towns, moved geological, physical locations, I changed. And one of my experiences is that you will never be the same one as you return back. So, for example, I once went back to where I had studied. I had to collect some certificates, whereas I had changed so much. And so, how aware am I about the changes that I have in my life, changes and how I adapt? And whilst adapting, am I trying to make the best out of it? They have good relationships. It actually fitted in, and they could do things that they otherwise wouldn't have had the ability to do. I remember somebody saying, well, it's been good because I've been able to see how my little kids grow up while I have an office at home and I can work from home. So there are definitely some positives within a huge amount of sorrow and suffering there has been. And so to be spiritually inclined and to actually find a benefit, what are the things that have been beneficial in that change that has happened over the last year? Unless we start to actually ponder on this, unless we start to find solutions, and unless we adapt and adjust to it, we will always find change very difficult. Because change is also an opportunity. Change is a chance. Change is even a difficult person is a teacher. A difficult situation is a teacher. And so how can I adjust to it? And how can I benefit from it? How alive and aware am I? Now, if I'm living always with my attention out there, if I'm always just looking at what others are doing and just checking how much they love me or they don't love me, how much am I dependent on others, the external, rather than finding the peace and self-respect and self-value in myself and express that through my actions, my words, the smile on my face, the way I look into the world. And so in a way, even though there has been a lot of suffering, can I learn from this difficult times? And so to find an answer to these things, to actually find a way on how I want to live my life. Because what this has given us is an option of actually self-managing and deciding on how we want to live our life going forward. What are the choices that I've taken? And what are the things that I've benefited from? How could I serve others, those who have served the community? I had a great opportunity to do that. Those who have actually supported others during their own loneliness benefited, and they get their blessings. they will receive the blessings from everyone. But it's also been a time where maybe in the loneliness or in the aloneness, when we have been feeling alone, but not lonely. In that alone, how much have I actually listened inside, and by becoming aware of my own self inside, my soul, how much have I understood who I am, and how much have I reached to the one beyond this physical world? How much have I actually connected with and interacted with that universal power, that almighty authority, that father, that mother, that companion that is there for all of us? In the Brahmakumaris, we call this force, this being, this energy, this light, Shiva, Shiv Baba. And that is the Almighty, the Eternal Father, the Father of all souls of this world. Father, the teacher, the lover, the companion, the one who will never leave me alone. And in these times when maybe we have been lonely or alone, the moment I feel sorrow is because something is not being filled, but by the thing be always secure and safe and sure about and confident about is that one will never leave me alone. That one will always be in my closeness, close to me, and will always support me. And so spirituality, all that is much, much greater than I am, that does not have or does not interact according to the same laws that I, as a physical human being, interact. I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to clean, I need to work. So I have to do things that this universal power doesn't need to. And this universal power, Shiv Baba, is almighty, all knowledgeful, all loving, and all peaceful. And the only way I can connect with that form is by becoming like him, her, it. Shiv Baba, the Eternal Father, Teacher, and Sadguru, which means guide. The one who guides us through this world of sorrow, this world of distress, and keeps us in happiness, keeps us safe, keeps us in our own self-respect and love and happiness. And so one of the important aspects is to really have that, or learn to have that connection with that support. But it is in a realm that is immense, engulfed in golden red light, where there's absolutes that have not taken a body yet are, and they are in a state of bliss. Because that energy of love, that harmonizing peace and wisdom and acknowledgement, there is no need, there's no question. I was listening to talk on life after birth, life after death, near-death experiences. They all had that same experience of going into that realm of absolute peace and love, and where there's no question, there's nothing that is lacking, and where one is absolutely happy and safe. And so in our meditation, we are in our bodies, We are souls in these bodies. And the soul is located where the third eye is, and that would be here in between my eyebrows. And the soul expresses itself through the eyes. So let us try to become aware of I, the soul. Let us connect with that Supreme Soul, with Shiv Baba, with the Eternal Father, the Eternal Companion, the one who will always be and who always be next to him. And in these times where maybe we find ourselves to be lonely or alone, Baba, the Supreme Soul, fills any space that is empty inside ourselves, and we are able to experience that love and that happiness that comes from them. Sit in a place quietly and detach yourself from your immediate surroundings. Allow your breath to be deep and slow. Allow your chest to be straight, straight, and sit comfortably, but with attention. Rest your arms and the face, and allow yourself to have. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them, and just gently keep them open and focus on the point in front of you. And as you take one breath after the other, you slowly detach even further from your surroundings and then from your thoughts. What you're going to do next, what has happened, what you're hearing or smelling. But you give yourself now these next minutes just to yourself. So take a nice deep breath. You come forward and you pause for a minute. Your stomach first comes out and then your lungs go. Shoulders come up and then let go. And as you detach yourself completely from your surroundings, you focus on the center of your forehead, just in between your eyebrows, where the soul resides, eternal you, the one who will always be you, and the one who decides, the one. Now allow your soul to travel beyond this body, away from this physical world of matter, into a world where there is no matter, where there is just light, golden red lights, absolute stillness and quietness, peace, and many other souls just twinkling in that ether of golden red lights, that peace. And you attract it like a magnet attracts a beautiful star another soul, the Supreme Soul, the Eternal Father, whom you recognize. And as you come in front of Baba, there is mutual recognition between you. There is a flow of love between yourselves, and it's reciprocated. And as it is reciprocated, it grows and grows, and your own light starts to shine brighter and brighter. It shows in your eyes, light. Wisdom, peace, happiness, bliss. It is a short time, and yet it feels like an eternity. You're feeling just filled with that power. Your eyes become silence. You feel filled up, and now you can return back to the physical world. And as you come down back into your body, in your mind, you now see the globe of this world spinning in front of you. And you send that light that you receive, see the connection with the Supreme Light, Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. You become like a lighthouse, and you send light into the world. Protection comes like a light that involves and englobes the whole world. It's a light of hope, a light of love that loves, that gives the love of the Supreme to every soul on this world. Nothing is more important than sharing this love and this light. Now just feel back on how you feel yourself. Peaceful, light, anything like that. There is do this exercise again and again. Back to the soul world, Nirvana, around the place where our eternal Father teaches us with. Feel yourself. The more you do this, the more that connection stays powerful, supreme, comes through you, reaches your house, reaches those in your house, It brings unity and peace, respect. And from there beyond, your neighborhood, your city, country, the world. So you become like a lighthouse, reflecting Baba's light. Om Shanti. Have a lovely Sunday. Enjoy your day. And after those around you, and share Baba's light.